I ain't got no arms.
I'm a bone-in guy. It's crazy.
Everyone likes these boneless wings. It's like fucking. They're chicken nuggets.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a big fan of boneless wings either.
Gesundheit.
I don't say bless you. I'm sorry.
He's remorseless.
Oh, dude, I just sneezed my fucking brain matter out.
Why is that being remorseless? Because I don't bless people.
You don't bless people. You want people to get the fucking chair.
Yes,
you're not forgiving.
If you deserve the chair, you definitely should get it.
You're not forgiving.
What if it's John Coffee?
It's for me too. Like if he's John Coffee, nah, he didn't deserve it. But Buffalo Bill or Wild Bill from that movie, yeah, he deserved it. Like even if it's me, if I did something heinous, strap me up. Pause.
Oh, buddy, strap it in.
Strap me up, even with the light voice and everything.
Strap me up before
I have a question for you.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
Welcome to No Filter.
The No Filter.
The No Filter.
The No Filter podcast, which is
an EMP Network production.
In this show, you'll encounter nothing but
Straight talk. No PC.
No PC.
No PC consistency.
Please note that the
Opinions from the host
are not a reflection of the EMP Network. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for opening up your ears and your minds.
And we hope you like this one. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's nasty. But
I don't like sweet potatoes.
Well, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so we have the conversation with the pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie, and I'm like, "What's pumpkin? I want
it's
sweet
so
potato,
nasty.
baby."
Ew.
Hey, give me sweet potato pie,
nasty,
man. I
dude.
need some sweet potato.
Is there a sweet potato pie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best pies ever.
What?
I just grab the sweet potato pie and I just take a spoon and I just eat the whole pie.
It's terrible.
You know what I
Just
do?
like
I
pumpkin
cut it
pie
like a
is
regular
terrible.
fucking human being and I eat it.
I like pumpkin pie. Blueberry's my favorite.
You really cut triangles out your pie. You don't just eat the whole.
I
thing.
cut them into pieces like a civilized human being. Yes.
See, you're fucking.
You're a rebel.
stupid.
Like if it's just you have your own personal pie. You still cut out.
I still cut it, yeah.
Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
dig right in.
Yeah, like what is he talking about,
So I can just go to your fridge and just see this fucking, like,
bro? Let me tell you something. Once I start a pie, you're not gonna go to my fridge and see it.
It's
I
not going
finish
to be
it
there.
in one
It's
sitting.
non-existent.
I finish it in one sitting.
I fucking hate sweet potatoes so much. It's on a level with pumpkins. I hate them both. Ugh.
Hey guys, welcome to No Filter. I am your host, Remorseless. I'm here with Double D.
Am I still protesting?
I am not sure. You want to finish?
I guess I'm. It's me, Double D. What's up?
Art
Howdy.
and J Bell. And we're rocking. Now, I love sweet potatoes. I don't know why Jay doesn't like them.
Let's see, I'm gagging right now.
God damn. That shit sound like a bat.
Oh, ugh. I'm just thinking about how fucking filthy it is. Ugh, in
Nasty.
your mouth, pause.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
Do they serve sweet potatoes at Applebee's?
I don't know. I don't think so. I've never ordered. And even if they did, I wouldn't order sweet potatoes at Apple. They has to be soul food style. And I don't think Applebee's have soul food.
What
Like they don't have
constitutes
they don't have
soul food
greens at Applebee's.
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
just-
They got
just
broccoli.
it's just
They ain't got collard greens though.
what was your question? Jay threw me off.
What makes sweet potatoes soul food? Like, how do you soul foodify it?
It's just the way you cook it. Like it's just the way you cook it. That's what I have to tell you. It's the cooking.
All right. Any way you slice it, I'm not gonna eat it.
It's gross.
Yeah. So we're just gonna move forward to a topic.
So we're just rolling right into Applebee's, huh?
Yeah, Art, it's your topic. Go
I
ahead.
thought it was interesting. I read an article here that Applebee's is.
I would really like it to be more interesting if you're talking to the mic.
Speak into the mic.
Am
Damn
I
it,
not
you beat me to
speaking?
it.
Can you not? Okay.
That's better.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Why don't you just put your phone behind you so that way you can speak?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it right here. But no, okay. So Applebee's, what they're doing is, I guess a lot of fast food restaurants are becoming more health conscious. And Applebee, wait, before you make that face. Applebee's is getting away from that because they realize that cheap alcohol and more food with worse ingredients is actually making people happier. And it's relieving stress for those who actually go out and work and stuff like that. I mean, who wants to have a stressful day and you come home and you veggie?
Yeah, I don't want celery. I don't want celery when I come home.
Now, it's funny because I'm actually starting to veggie now. I'm doing a lot of vegetable juices and all types of juices and stuff like that now. However, it's because I have a disease. So,
herpes.
No. I guess I left myself open for that one. But no, I have rheumatoid arthritis. So I'm doing a lot of juicing, and I'm incorporating a lot of anti-inflammatory things or so. So like ground ginger and turmeric, things of that sort.
Penicillin.
Shut up.
Psilocybin.
I eat broccoli for my HPV.
You know what, guys? Fuck you.
No, what do you guys think about that? Like when we go hard on Art, pause. Like he sits his phone down and he just kind of pulls out of the conversation. Pause again.
I withdraw. But however, what do you guys?
That's not what I hear.
Yeah, especially since you like impregnating women.
Here we go.
Art loves impregnating women. # Art will get you pregnant.
# semen and leave them.
# human growth semen.
What do you guys think about that with the fast food chains or the
I'll go last.
Applebee's, Olive Garden, things that
Jay, a fellow dieter, you're on your keto shit. I want to hear what you have to say about it.
I think if you consciously make the choice, then good for you. Like if you want to eat a stick of butter, fucking deep fried in beer and bread, have at it. If it makes you feel good, it makes you feel good. Just understand that there are consequences associated with that. However, if you want to feel better and have an overall better quality of life, then you got to eat right. That's just my opinion.
Go ahead, Double D.
No, I was just going to say that, I think it's a smart move, aside from the health benefits and everything that Jay was just talking about. I think business-wise, I think there's a huge market that they're catering to. You're right. There are so many people going healthy, and not everybody wants that. And even whenever you are eating healthy, here's the thing about eating healthy. After a while, you stop craving like fatty foods, and you stop craving junk food. You don't even give it a thought. But occasionally you do want that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want a burger, man.
Yeah.
So are they going to change their slogan? Is it going to be like feeling good at the dialysis clinic?
It's funny you say that, and you were talking about feeling better and eating through healthy eating, because now I'm only speaking personally, but I've never felt bad. My diet is shit. You've seen my diet. Mm-hmm. My diet is horrible, and I've never felt bad. And granted, I do work out every day, but I still eat like shit. I still eat shitty food, and guess what? I feel fantastic, and I love the fact that Applebee's isn't going to this grass is green shit. I would rather eat the cow than the shit that the cow eats.
I'm all for it. If that's what you want to do, I'm not one of those people that's going to try to be pushy about it. If that's what you want, be happy, dude. Do what you got to do. But you can achieve the same results of happiness with a little bit of discipline with food. Right now, I'm not eating very, very well, and there are reasons for that. But I physically feel a difference now that I'm not eating the way that I was eating.
Yeah, I definitely can tell the difference whenever I'm eating, because I go through different periods. I'll eat healthy, and me personally, I have a hard time putting on weight. I have a very fast metabolism.
That's how I am.
So whenever I do eat healthy, it's healthy. I'm getting the nutrition that I need, but I also lose weight, which for me is not good. So then I will go back and forth between eating. I'll do the opposite. I'll eat a whole bunch of carbs. I'll eat a whole bunch of junk food, and then I put on weight, but it's unhealthy. So for me, I try and find a balance, but I'm always fluctuating between those two, and I can always tell the difference when I'm eating shitty and when I'm eating healthy.
Do you know what fixes that, Double D?
What's that?
Pussy.
I was just about to say
high
that.
in calories.
I'll eat a whole lamb leg and then work out for 2 hours, and like my weight will never change. Like I have that difficulty. I have a very, very high metabolism as well. So, but see, here's the thing. I've never had to eat healthy, so I've never eaten healthy. You get what I'm saying? So, like even on checkups and shit like that, I'm as healthy as a horse. Even though I don't eat healthy, I've never had to. Like the more I eat, the more I shit. So everything just goes straight through anyway.
So you
that was like a
don't...
kid's rhyme. The more I eat, the more I shit.
No, that was Le'Veon Bell's freestyle.
Oh my god! Don't do it to me.
So you said you don't feel there's no noticeable difference, like you.
That's the thing. I've never ate healthy. So I
you
don't
have
know
nothing
the
to
difference.
compare it to?
I don't
Really?
I don't have a point of reference.
Well, so the reason I bring this up is because I just started to juice last week.
Yeah.
So it's something I'm starting to do a lot more. I feel a lot better though. You know, taking care of my body. I'm the same as you. I'm a guy who I've always been a smaller guy my entire life, and I can eat whatever and just shit it out or just run it off.
You're not the same as me. You got herpes. I don't.
Oh my goodness. I can run it off. I can do whatever, and I not gain weight. But however, I do notice the difference with me veggieing. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I'm not one of these millennials.
Yes, you are.
Shut the
Stop
fuck up,
saying
Double
that.
D. Shut the fuck up.
Dude,
Do you put pumpkin in your smoothie?
Shit. But so what I'm saying is that I'm not one of these millennials who is all health conscious and who's all oh, well, I need to do this and I need and be that disciplined. I need to work out this time. I'm not that guy because I work out.
You also don't get close to the mic.
I work out, but I'm a former athlete, so I know how to take care of my body.
Yeah.
However, I was always one of those guys because I worked out so much, I can eat whatever I wanted to.
That's how I am.
But now I notice the difference with me eating healthy. I can notice the difference. Like even just drinking like alkaline water opposed to regular fucking bottled
Tap water.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I noticed the difference. So I agree with what Jay Bell said. If you want to knock yourself out, go ahead. You know, if you want to feel good and eat whatever and that feels good to you, then fine. But I notice a difference in eating healthy, and I feel better.
You're not gonna sway me to eating healthy. Guess what? I'm gonna ride this high metabolism and low cholesterol train until the wheels fall off.
I quit smoking, and that's how I did it. Was through juicing. Mm-hmm. So I smoked cigarettes for 15 years, I think, and then I juiced for 2 months straight. That was every meal that I had was juiced vegetables. Fruits and vegetables every meal for 2 months, and that flushed my system out and got all the nicotine and all that shit out of my body, and I felt so much better.
Yeah, even with like alcohol, I don't drink that heavy anymore.
I love how you put any more in that because I have pictures that beg to differ.
Yeah, I was that. But
I'm gonna have to tell y'all one of my art drunk stories.
So much better.
I'll tell next podcast. I'm telling you guys my art drunk story.
We should have a segment for just drunk stories.
We should.
That'd be hilarious.
Art,
anyway,
I highly recommend if you're in the market to buy your own home, once you do that, get a reverse osmosis filtration system for your tap water.
Reverse osmosis.
It takes all the shit that naturally occurs in the water and all the shit that the treatment centers put in the water out of it. And you get clear, unfiltered, or not unfiltered, but untampered with water.
Really?
Delicious.
Why?
You could probably spend maybe like $250 on a system.
Okay,
just for tap water. Not for like showers or anything like that.
With my next home, then. Something I'll look into.
I just buy Fiji.
Because you're fucking
it's
bougie.
My favorite.
That's because I'm bougie.
Yeah.
I'm
you're
bougie.
The same guy
who
drinks. I juice, but it's for my health. You drink Fiji.
It's for my health.
Yeah, it's social status, asshole. I know exactly what it's fucking for.
I drink Fiji water. I drink Fiji water, and I work out all the time.
You wear leggings with UGG boots, and you drink spice lattes as well.
No, don't disrespect me by saying I eat anything or drink anything pumpkin. We will be outside, shirts off.
Sweet potato, baby.
Pause.
The best water I've had, and I think personally that is natural spring water. Like you just go to a water coming out of a natural spring, and just collect that shit.
Absolutely,
so good,
absolutely.
so healthy too.
Unless you're close to the power plant.
True.
And the water's glowing in the dark.
Then you got a dick on your fucking tailbone.
Too late.
That's funny. Moving on, Jay.
It's in everybody's face right now, but I think we'd be remiss if we don't talk about it. I think that this caravan of people from Central America coming into the United States and everything that's going on with it, like, I'm really interested in getting everybody's opinion on that. Because I still really, I mean, I have thoughts on it, but, like, I haven't really settled on how I kind of really feel about it. Because I can see that there are good things about both positions to some degree.
Let's hear.
Well, I as a liberally minded person, we always should be trying to help out those that are less fortunate, help them get into a better situation. Like, I'm all for that. I'm all for immigration. Like, I think, it works. That's what we are. We're a country built off of immigrants. I also, though, understand that there should be a way. There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. And, like, just ganging up and busting across the border isn't the right way to do it. You know what I mean? We make it probably... I don't know, because I'm not 100% well-versed on immigration laws, but I think that, from what I understand, that the process could be a bit more streamlined and a bit easier for people to get citizenship.
I'll explain the process to you if you like.
That, well, as soon as I'm done, you can tell me everything that you know, because you probably know more than I do. But there's a right way to do it. Like, I'm all for bringing people into the country, but I want to make sure that it happens the right way. Number one. Number two, I'm also a fan. Like, if you come to America, and this is going to sound terrible, but I 100% believe in it. Learn how to speak English, man. Like, this is an English-speaking country. Like, I wouldn't go to Germany and expect them to make concessions for me to learn how to speak, or to make concessions for them to learn how to speak English. If they want to do that on their own, that's fine and stuff like that. But this is the culture that we live in. Assimilation requires you moving into a certain type of culture, and maybe not necessarily adopting all of those cultural beliefs, but being aware that this is how things are and not expecting people to kind of to roll that way. Because I mean, like, it's odd that way. And I'm not saying that everybody's like that, but there are a portion of people out there that are like that they want you to bend over backwards for them. And I don't think that that's fair. Maybe that's me being naive.
Yeah, so I agree. I'm all about bringing people here for good worth, though, right? So, if you're legal and you have a purpose to be in this country, then I'm all for immigration. However, the illegal activity, I guess, that at one point Donald Trump was trying to allude to, now I think he's just being disrespectful and just talking about everyone.
He's full of shit. I mean, like... He's full of shit just to push his own agenda, and that's the problem with trying to make a rational argument on the other side.
Right. But with the illegal activity, it's not something I condone of. I mean, I don't agree with it, and I think there should be something more put in place. However, I think that we have a lot more issues in America that we're dealing with that should probably be prioritized before the border issues. So, I mean, it's short and sweet with me. I think that's kind of what I have.
I think I echo you guys' sentiments about it as well. Immigration done the right way, I think is perfectly fine as long as it's legal. And I don't know why that's become so controversial to say. And like to the ultra liberals, the far left, saying that immigration done legally is just like so appalling. I think it is a very bad idea to just let anybody in at all times without any kind of vetting whatsoever. I mean, that just leads to bad things. And I wholeheartedly agree with you, Jay, about learning the language. Unfortunately, it is the mindset of Americans to be hypocritical and say, yeah, if you're in America, speak English, and then go overseas and not learn their language and still expect them to speak English. Like, America is not the only country in the world. That really upsets me. I mean, there has to be it can't be complete anarchy. And if you have a whole massive group of people attempting to do something, I don't know why I'm gesturing like Trump right now. See, you get me talking about it, and I start using hand gestures like Trump. I mean, that's just a dangerous thing.
Wrong.
Wrong. Fake news.
Fake news.
The failing New York Times. Yeah, just anytime that you have a massive group of angry people come together, I don't think any good is going to come from a mob. And that's what it's shaping up to be. That's what it looks like. I don't think that you can just bully your way into a country just because there's massive amounts of people that we should just bend to their will. I don't agree with that.
I don't get, like, why now? That's the thing, because, like, inequality has been happening there for so long. And I'm not trying to, like, insinuate that there's some kind of conspiracy, because I don't believe in that either. But, like, I mean, what is the purpose? I guess I don't know enough, but, like, why all of a sudden now? Like, have people banded together to come over in a large group?
I don't know. Where are they coming from?
A lot of them are coming from Central America, like Honduras, El Salvador. But I don't know if there's any I'm sure there's some Panamanians in there.
Yeah, I guess it would. I mean, the question to ask then is I have no idea what's been going on in those countries. They would make those people leave.
It's terrible. It's a terrible quality of life down there. It really is. And I'm all for assimilation, but, like, I just don't understand, like, why now? Like, I mean, this isn't new. Like, the quality of life has been terrible there forever.
So my thought was that with Trump's campaign, that was something that he used as a campaign point, and he may have felt this way for a long time. But I'm asking the same question as to why, because I mean it's been happening for, like, why is it so big now? And I think it could be that they're coming over in masses because the light was shed on what was in the campaign. I don't know, like. Or it could be just that the news is shedding more light on it, and that's the way we're perceiving it as it's something big, but it's probably been just, something that's not had as much exposure, in the last maybe decade.
You're awfully quiet, Remorseless.
I like when he sits there and he thinks, like, he's like that parent who she's waiting for her son to come in because he's late getting in, and she's just waiting in the corner to think of something good to say when he comes in. That's how my mom did it. So
I have these conversations with people a lot, and they kind of echo the things that you do. Double D, I'm going to the why now thing is, yeah, just like you said, the quality of life is horrible in South America. I have many friends in South America, and the quality of life is really bad. You know what I'm saying? Why now is, if you have an opportunity to have a better life, why not try to have it? But they're having a lot of can I say governmental? Is that a word?
Yeah.
They're having a lot of governmental issues down there to the point where it's just heinous. It's really bad. I'm not going into detail about that. It's just the government down there is it's getting terrible. Pushing towards the quote unquote legal immigrant shit. The problem with the immigration process, on paper it's fantastic, but there are only a certain amount of countries that you'll win a lottery from. All right? And on top of that, coming in here and being a legal immigrant, it takes an average of 7 to 10 years for you to become legal. So you can be here, you can pay your taxes, you can fight in the military, and if you're not legal, you can still get sent back. That's the problem with this whole immigration situation. Now, in order to become a legal immigrant, you have to, first off, somebody has to sponsor you. So you have to find somebody to sponsor you for 3 to 6 months. All right. After somebody, and during that time, you cannot have a job. You're basically a child. That person is responsible for you. All right. Now, on that immigration, while that person is responsible and you don't have a job, yes, they can claim you on their taxes or different things like that. But this is where all of the under the table jobs come from. This is where, and let's be honest, there's no job that you want to, like, you don't want to cut your lawn. That's why you pay Mexicans to do it. And I'm not saying that to be racist, but yeah, that's why you pay them to do it, because you don't want to do it. It's that simple. You're paying for convenience, just like a fucking Keurig. But, and then after that process, all right, after the sponsorship process, you have to go through the citizenship process. And that can take up to 10 years to get. All right. And on top of this, you have your job, you're paying your taxes. You can't even get pulled over by the police.
Holy shit.
If you do, you'll get sent back. Because I have relatives that are Hispanic. I thought you forgot?
No, I know you're like part Hispanic. I'm just, are you an immigrant?
He hasn't denied it.
Is there something I don't know?
Anyway, moving on. But and on top of these things, you have to pass a citizenship test that Americans can't even pass.
Oh, for sure. I've seen that.
All
That's
right.
ridiculous.
So you have this waiting period, which is you have to wait several years in order to even qualify for this test. In order to even get considered to be an American or to be a citizen, you have to wait. It's all a waiting period. And this is where the immigration issue comes into play, because you're talking about legalizing. You don't understand how it's in a perfect world. It's fantastic. Come in, you take your test, you're a citizen, you show, like, I agree with coming in here and earning your keep. But when you can't earn your keep for a certain amount of time, you resort to other ways to do it. Am I wrong about that?
No.
And after resorting,
I don't think that you're wrong about. I think that that's the way that it's going right now.
Yeah, but in after resorting to other ways to do it, bang, you finally have your chance. All right, and you have to study, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. You have to get a job and pay your tax. I 100% agree with getting a job, paying your taxes, earning your keep in any country. I even agree with you talking about learning English, because you're in a predominantly English speaking country. You should learn English. Just like I'm not going to go to Venezuela and not learn their language. I'm not going to go to France and not learn French. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. That's just a level of arrogance that you should not have. Because if you want to be in this country, you should speak English. I agree with that 100%. But that's just a digression, because what we're talking about is what I'm talking about specifically is the process of immigration. And that's the biggest problem with it, is it takes so long for you to become legal, quote unquote, a legal citizen, that you can't really do anything about it except exist in here until you get that okay. There's not a lot of people that's going to sponsor somebody.
So to play devil's advocate here, is that a long time, or is that just being impatient?
7 years? 7 years is a long time.
I mean, compared to if you plan on spending the rest of your life in this country.
What is wrong with? Okay, that depends on when you come to this country, though, too. You can come as a 60-year-old man. 7 years is that's a long time.
Well, you can even in your 20s. All right, so let's say that you're in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? And let's say that you went to school in Mexico, right? So you are a college graduate. You're in your 20s. You're trying to get a job now. All right. So first off, you get in the country. you can't get a job for 3 to 6 months. All right. So now you're 21. All right. 3 to 6 months. Let's say, around 21, a half a year. Right. After that, you get a job. You're paying your taxes, right? But you still have to wait this time. You still have to wait 7 years, right? And during that time, you're studying for your citizenship. You're doing all of this stuff for your citizenship, for this test that you have to take, right? And let's be honest, I'm not trouncing the immigration process, because if you fail the test, you don't get kicked out of the country. You just have to take it again. Granted, you have to take it as soon as possible, but you just have to take it again, right?
Okay.
So you don't get deported if you fail the test. But let's say you join the military. You can literally join the military. So you're paying your taxes. You're joining the military. You're fighting for the country, right? You fight for the country, but you only spend 4 years, 4 and out, okay? You can still get deported, even though you were a soldier fighting for this country that you immigrated to.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with
that. But now let's take away the soldier thing and let's just talk about a regular citizen. You're paying your tax. What is the difference between an immigrant coming in here, having a job, working right next to you, paying their taxes, versus what you're doing besides you being born in America?
And what do you mean? What's the difference?
That's the only difference, is the fact that you were born in America, so you get the state. Now, what if you don't pay taxes and they do? They still get deported, and you're still here because you were born here. Like,
okay. So far you're just stating facts to me.
So what I'm saying is, what's wrong with the 7 years is it's too long of a wait to just be on that straight line. You can get a license and you can drive your car. You can get pulled over and get deported because you got pulled over. You can start a family. You can have children. This is why a bunch of families are getting broken up, because it takes so long for this immigration process, or for this citizenship process
right.
to take place.
So, but once again, playing devil's advocate, if you want to come to this country and be a citizen, that's a long-term process. You should know that going into
being a citizen is a long-term process.
You should, I think, plan for it and know what you're getting into, and not just come here and be like, well, shit, I've been here. Why can't I be a citizen?
What?
I think that
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, coming with the mindset of, well, I've been here, make me a citizen. There's a process.
Yes,
and
there is.
You should know the process.
We're not talking about we're talking about the length of the process, not the process itself.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying you should know that it's 7 to 10 years or whatever, and be okay with that. And if you are still okay with that, you still want to be a citizen here. Like, I wouldn't expect to go to Canada and just be like, well, I've been here a year. Why can't you guys make me a citizen? I would, or Germany, or England. I would want to know what I'm getting into, how long I have to be there, exactly what I have to do, and plan for it.
Yeah, but see, that's coming from a position of privilege. Yeah,
and the
reason why that's coming from a position of privilege is if you're coming from a country, like you're not voluntarily coming to this country because because you're having happy days at your old one and you just want to expand.
You're coming because you don't know when your next meal is going to be, or if you're going to get to see
exactly.
tomorrow.
Exactly.
And there's a different stress that comes along with that. I think that the argument to be made, though, is like, I don't disagree with the length of time it takes, or the hoops that you have to jump through. Like, I can agree. I think we all can agree that it's probably it's a bit shaded one way, okay?
Yeah.
But the concern would then be, what do you do if you do streamline the process, you shorten it, you make it more efficient with less ridiculous things like, if you get pulled over, you get deported or whatnot. But you're eventually going to reach a point, if you make it easier, then where's the cutoff point where you say, okay, well, we're not accepting applications anymore?
Well, my issue with the length...
Because you're eventually going to reach that point.
Yeah. Well, my issue with the length isn't the... My issue isn't the length. My issue is the fact that it is so easy for you to lose. It's set up for you to lose.
Right.
That's the only issue I have with it.
With that. I don't disagree with that at all. I'm saying though that if you do, because you can achieve an efficient immigration process. However, you're going to reach a point though where like there's only so much space here. You know what I mean? Like you can't just continually have open borders and just fucking jam as many people in there as you possibly can.
100% agree with that.
But what do you do with that? Then that becomes the issue.
Yeah.
Then immigration changes from it's no longer like length of term policy. It's like we can't allow any more people in there. Then you're still going to have the issue of people coming over illegally. So what do you do then?
That starts expansion. That's just how it is.
We should just take Mexico to make them part of the United States.
I agree. I mean, there's nothing wrong with expansion if it's done correctly. It doesn't have to be genocide in order for us to expand. But
we just sign an agreement. Like Texas.
I'm just talking about the little tidbit, the little fuck shit that you can get deported from. That's just wrong. You're not a criminal if you get pulled over. Can we agree with that? You're not a criminal if you get pulled over?
No, but I mean, you don't have the same rights as a citizen, is the whole thing.
Yeah, but
if you're in see, here's the problem with that, though, because if you're in the citizenship process, you still should be considered, not considered, you still should receive some semblance of...
Hello, everybody. This is Alexander Ovechkin, greatest Russian hockey players of all times. When I'm not scoring goals or tearing down the great imperialistic American devil, I'm listening to No Filter. It's a great show. Please take time to connect with these American dogs on their social media outlets. You can find them on Twitter at network_EMP, Instagram EMP Network 412, and Facebook EMP Network. If you do not listen to my advice, you will feel the full wrath of Mother Russia. Dos Fadonio, comrades.
Reasonability from anybody like that.
I hear
you get pulled over because you're speeding. Like that doesn't. Like getting deported is like end all be all. Like you fucked up to the point where you're no longer a viable person in this society.
Exactly.
If those are the circumstances, ship them the fuck out of here. I am cool with that. If you get pulled over, if you do something stupid, like we're talking misdemeanors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's average citizens.
I agree with you.
Get caught up in that.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's a little extreme. And like I heard about people not being able to go to Canada for minor infractions such as a DUI or possession of pot and whatnot. So I totally get that. I when I was playing devil's advocate, it was along the lines of what Justin was talking about of where does it stop? Because like he said, eventually you're going to reach that point where, I mean, somebody, even the most grounded person is going to say, dude, this is out of hand. This is out of control.
Oh, so absolutely.
So before it gets to that point, before any problem gets to that point, why not take care of it before it reaches that point?
What do you mean? Like, take care of it how?
Like, put in laws, regulations that limit those things, kind of like we have now. Maybe not exactly like we have now, but that. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Well, yeah. Well, my issue is the extremities of it. Like, that is this is really extreme. Like, these laws and these issues are very extreme. Like, that's my issue with it. I'm not saying accept everybody, bring them all in, nor am I saying... Like, I'm not even saying don't deport people, but just like you said, Jay, I think the deportation should be deportation's the word, right? Yeah. Should be the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? It should be you're not coming into our jail. You know what? You're just going back to your country.
Yeah. I think that like this, what's going on today, like with these caravans coming forth, I think this is just to not use the term in an ill manner, but it's basically just the Mexican standoff. Like, we're coming to test you to see if you're really as anti-immigration as you say that you are and what you're willing to do.
No.
Because look at this way. Look at what happens if he positions all these soldiers on the border and these people start coming through and something bad happens. Look at what that does for his administration.
Yeah.
Look at what that does. And again, I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I think it's just people
seeing if he's about that life.
We're hashing it out. Yeah. Just ready to make that stand.
I can see the direction you're going with that, and I kind of agree with it.
Put your money where your mouth is. Kind of thing.
I can see the direction you're going with that, and I kind of agree with it. But the thing is, like I talk to people from South America and from Mexico and different places, like from Barbados and Panama, and like. It's really, really bad. Like, it's not really a, hey, Trump, let's see what you got type of thing. It's a, we got to get the fuck out of here type of thing.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, the situation in these countries and even in the closest, in Mexico, barring Central America, like, it's fucking horrible.
A month ago, I talked to my friend, and she was just talking about how her little sister came back from being kidnapped. Her little sister's 8. Like it's just bad.
Came back from being kidnapped. That's a normal part of life.
Yeah, like
it should never be that way.
Exactly. Like and I tell you guys my war stories, and you're like, whoa, and like just imagine somebody just that being normalized. Like, yeah, well, I was kidnapped last week, but it was only
was it?
It was only just a beating or two. Like, they just wanted a couple. They just wanted a couple
of pesos. Kidnapped next week.
Like, yeah, like it's crazy. That's insane. So, like what you're saying, I can see that being the case, but it's just I communicate with these with down there, and it's really, really bad.
So then maybe it's a combination of the both. Maybe it's just these people are finally at a point where they're able to kind of like band together as one large group.
Yeah, that may be the case.
They have the wherewithal to do that, and combined with their societal restrictions right now, like it's just like the perfect cocktail.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm always about finding balance. I think that there has to be balance in the world. I think there should be balance with everything. So for me, it's on one hand, it's being humanitarian, taking care of our fellow humans. Because let's be honest, I mean, just because somebody's born in a different country doesn't mean that they're a terrible person.
They should still learn English, though. I do agree with that.
So it's fellow humans. We're all humans, and you have to find a balance between being heartless and, let's be honest, I mean, we have to protect our homes. To some people that's controversial to say, let's protect where we live. But you got to find the balance between
protect your home how?
Like, if I want to invite people into my house because I'm a nice guy, hey, if I say to the neighborhood kids, because they're playing with my kids, and be like, yeah, anytime you want, stop by. I got, you guys can go in the fridge if you guys are hungry, whatever. I don't care. If it can get to the point where it's like I just have people that I don't even know coming in nonstop and be like, no, you know what? This is my private property. This is my house.
What's up, Double D? This is good pizza.
You just come downstairs in the morning and you got bruh man from the 5th floor.
Or a guy on the couch. Half baked. The dude on the couch or whatever his name was.
So I get what you're saying. So what you're saying is you don't want to accept people and them take advantage of you.
Yeah, you have to find the balance.
I 100% agree with that.
Being a good-hearted person and being like, no, I got to put my foot down at some point.
I agree. That is something that I do agree with 100%. Like I said, I'm all about earning your keep. If you earn, like if you're here and you're making yourself a legitimate citizen, then you stay. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that, but the vetting process, I'm just saying it shouldn't be this extreme. Like this is really extreme, and it shouldn't be this extreme.
There's a lot of extreme in politics. That's
I agree.
Basically what politics has come down to. It's extreme one side or the other, and very rarely you have somebody, because the people in the middle
because you can't have these conversations. Like as soon as like everybody starts slinging, like if I took offense to what you were saying, for example, and I was like, you're fucking stupid. Like, don't listen to him. He's stupid. What he's saying is stupid. What he believes is stupid. This is fucking stupid. Like, that's kind of how both sides are doing. No, I'm not stupid. He's stupid. Look at him.
Stop pointing at me.
I'm definitely pointing at you,
finger out of my
stupid.
face.
No, but like that's kind of how it is. So you can't really come to a medium, because just if two people are yelling, nobody's listening.
Yeah.
True that. Yep. Move on to listener feedback.
Yeah. Did you pull it up?
I do. Yeah, I gotta.
You can do. Which one do you have? You
pull
have the
emails.
emails.
Not pull it out, Art.
But pull it
Art
up.
always
It
wants to
still
pull
sounds
something out.
weird, doesn't it?
No,
It still
only
sounds
to you.
plausible.
Only to you.
It's
Only to
plausible.
Plausible. Plausible is good.
Plausible situation. Okay, so we got an email.
All right, I'll go to Twitter then.
All right. This is from Shannon. I think we all know her. I do.
Whoa! I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, man.
There it is.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
You want to pull up Twitter too? I gotta go.
I have Twitter now. I'll start with Twitter then. This is from Josh once again. He said, "Yo, Art, stop apologizing so much. This is no filter. This is a no filter podcast for a reason." And he also was talking about the N-word episode. He said this was one of by far the best episodes. Society should not fear or censor a simple word. I understand that it has heavy history attached to it, but we should not let it stand between us. And it might take a while, but the conversations like this is the first step. We actually had a conversation about that one. Another one is this is brought up so many times. I have to ask, why does Art like impregnating women? It says, Art? What does he say while he's in the eye of the storms?
Is that like a euphemism for like having sex when he's in the eye of the storm?
In the eye of the storm. I like
Here
that.
comes the quiet storm.
So are you going to answer, Josh?
What I say in the moment, I say 50.
What?
Have you seen that movie?
What was that? That's the Ben Stiller movie.
Ben Stiller, where he was trying to hold on.
And he was counting.
He was counting the seconds for how long he was lasting. And when he climaxed, he goes,
Along Came
Polly. Yeah, he's like 50. No, I'm joking, but yeah. So I don't.
Do you call your shots like a baseball player does? Like when you get off, or you're like, that's a linebacker, or that's a nose tackle.
Art gets off from his old playbook when he used to play professionally. He's like, oh yeah, 46-9. You know how Icky was doing the Icky shuffle when he was getting his cold cuts? That's what Art does. 42, that's me! Whoa!
Stupid.
Let me see. What else did he say? He says, Hocus Pocus was definitely one of the best Halloween movies. And while The Nightmare Before Christmas is a fantastic movie, it's definitely a Christmas movie, not Halloween. Hold on for a minute. We're going to ask our intern. Hey, Google. When did The Nightmare Before Christmas come out?
The Nightmare Before Christmas was released in the United States of America on October 13th, 1993.
October 13th, Josh. Thank you, Google.
I turned 6 that day.
Thanks, Google. Let's meet later for a drink.
Just doing my job.
Didn't see that coming. So, yeah. And he spelled Halloween, Halloween. Halo. I guess he was playing a video game.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Yeah, so that's Twitter.
All right, so back to the emails from Shannon. This is going back to the Ice Cream Man episode where we were talking about, I believe, being objectified, men and women being objectified. She says that there's nothing wrong with compliments on your looks. Everyone likes to hear that they are beautiful, sexy, handsome, whatever makes them feel that their efforts are appreciated and boost their self-confidence. However, she says that she does not like that being the basis for getting a job. She does not like that. And then going on to, I believe this was our last episode that was released, Dispriest. She says she is a former Catholic or Reformed Catholic, as I like to say. Let's see.
That was petty.
She is no longer a Catholic. She puts in here because of certain things that have happened in her life that the Catholic Church no longer accepts her. which is pretty shitty on your
my
part
fault.
there.
Yeah, it's my fault.
That's your fault. Yeah.
He smacked me with the
right.
tips of his fingers. I'll beat you the fuck up. You smack me with the tips of your fingers.
I meant to get a little bit closer, but
Is it because you're Hispanic?
While it is in the cocoon, it is changing. Once the change has occurred, the butterfly then has to get out of the cocoon. And
Hey,
during
Google.
that
Shut up. What the fuck
okay,
was
that was
that?
really weird.
That was fucking
creepy.
weird, dude.
That was creepy.
Okay. Moving on. She says that the priests and nuns cannot get married because they are married to God only. So they must have sustained abstinence to show their loyalty to God, thus proving that they are pure. And they are the only ones that follow this. Rabbis are able to marry. And so I think that answers our question of why this seems to only happen with Catholic priests and not like rabbis, that being the sexual abuse of boys.
Yeah.
I'm married to God, but I have a 12-year-old boyfriend.
Yeah. A little thing on the side with the altar boy.
Yeah, right? That is weird.
I'm married to
Okay.
God, but I have a 12-year-old boyfriend. Is crazy.
Like, God's watching, right? He sees all this shit.
All of it.
He's like, I know. He endorses
He
it.
gets off on it. That was fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that's all we have. Is that all we have? Then we get one
Yeah, I
from
think that's it.
Sarah. I just wanted to let you assholes know that you're doing a great job, and I understand everyone's little nickname except for Double D's. Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
say
we
what
did
you
that. Oh, she did mention about she really liked the puppet holes. Whenever we were talking about, I was gonna say Jay.
That was your fake news. No. That was your fake news, Jay.
Bert and Ernie from Fake News.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, this kind of our one topic kind of took over everything.
Yeah.
It kind of took over this whole episode, but
a
it was
good
a good
topic,
topic. Yeah, I was just saying that. So we only have one specific closer. I'll go first. I mean, I do think that we need to. Oh no, we need references, right?
Recommendations.
Recommendations, yeah.
Good.
I'm going to recommend another podcast. It's called the Anger Management Podcast. It's a pretty funny podcast, and it's funny. Good. I look at it like it's funny, like how we're funny. Like it's not a crazy comedian type of funny, but it's just people talking, having a good time type of funny. Like I think people laugh at us not because we tell jokes, but because we're assholes.
That's
And
why
I feel like
you.
I kind of I agree, and I kind of feel like that's how the Anger Management Podcast is. I'm not calling you guys assholes because I love listening to you, but you're kind of assholes, arseholes. But I think the immigration laws are there for a reason. I do think I do think it's extreme, and some of them need to be scaled back a little bit. But you have to have the conversation in order for it to work. You have to have a compromise, because I agree with all of you guys. But I also agree with myself. You get what I'm saying? I agree
with myself every night.
But we can do that as long as there's leniency, as long as we have like the leniency for it. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And I do believe that if you're in a specific country, you need to learn their language. That's what I do think. But yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so we doing recommendations followed by closers?
Yeah.
Okay, so my recommendation is a documentary I started watching on Netflix. This one is about the Vietnam War.
It's so good.
Did you watch that?
I do like.
I've started watching it, the Ken Burns one.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I watched the first episode. I actually watched the first episode twice because, to be honest, I had no idea anything about the Vietnam War.
It's kind of flabbergasting how it all folded out.
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
it?
like I had no idea that the French were occupying Vietnam since the 1800s, and that's kind of what set
I didn't
everything
know
off.
that either.
So I'm on the second episode now. It's just for anybody who wants to learn more about the Vietnam War. It really puts it into perspective and explains things, breaks it down into a really great and easy way to understand it. If you're like me and you have no idea what happened in Vietnam, because a lot of people don't want to talk about it, yeah, I highly recommend it. I think it's just called Vietnam War. Is that right, Jay?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And for my closer, yeah, I think you just have to find balance. We have to have rational conversations and not have extreme political ideology get in the way. Yeah, just we got to find balance, people.
Okay. For my recommendation, this kind of piggybacks off of what I was talking about with Applebee's here. I recommend that if you do not juice, that you probably should give it a week or maybe a month and see how you feel. Granted, it's you have to be quite disciplined to do so.
It's disgusting.
But I feel a lot better juicing than I do normally. But like I said, I had a terrible diet. I was a guy that never had to worry and be self-conscious about my weight or anything that I ever ate because I have a very fast metabolism. I'm able to run things off fairly quickly. However, the quality of life I feel is different, with the proper nutrients opposed to eating cookies and things of that sort and all, which is
I love cookies.
My favorite thing. Yeah, cookies are just amazing. But so I recommend trying to juice there's various reasons. If you're someone who is in need of some sort of medical treatment or whatever it may be, like for instance myself, I this week I've been doing like a lot of anti-inflammatory juicing, so incorporating a lot of lemon and ground ginger and nutmeg, things of that sort. Stop.
Did you say penis ailment?
Both.
Oh man, but no. So there's that. I mean, there's detoxers, whatever it may be. But just even if you just want to try it, to supplement for a meal, I would recommend doing so. In closing, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. I think that there should be a vetting process to the immigration laws. However, some of the immigration laws are pretty extreme. I feel that we need to come to find a balance to where we can actually bring people in, because that's what America rests its laurels on. For the land of the free, it's the land of opportunity. However, if you're someone who you have ill intentions and you want to come here and get involved in illegal activity, or if that's your mindset or whatever it may be, then we don't need you here. But yeah.
Okay. My recommendations. Again, I'm going to carry on the same sentiment. Please, please, please do not listen to Le'Veon rapping. It really is that bad. It is horrible.
I'm about to. We'll get flagged if I put some Le'Veon music on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
please
gonna try
don't.
to read one of his lyrics.
We should.
It's hurtful.
Yeah, you should.
It is so painful right now. Yeah, I don't recommend it, people. Please don't do that. I second Double D's recommendation for the Ken Burns documentary on the Vietnam War. It is really, really good. Really good. And as far as like my parting thoughts, I agree with Art on you can achieve a level of functionality through proper nutrition that it's much better than you can by just happy eating. You really can. As far as the whole immigration thing, there's room. There's a lot of room to grow there, and we need to have a better conversation than what we're having right now. Our politicians need to be having a better conversation right now. And to the rest of my amigos here on the No Filter podcast, in about 3 weeks, I will be in New Mexico. Y'all are welcome to join me, and we can broadcast live from the border.
Oh, nice.
So we can see what's going on.
Hey, can you find time to make it up to Colorado and find that hidden treasure that's buried somewhere in the mountains?
Actually, I'm going to find time because I'm going to be really close to Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, fucking sweet.
I think I'm going to go get abducted and sexually molested by some extraterrestrials.
Check this tight flow out. So they put me on the tag, yeah. Definitely not gon' trip. I got that bag, yeah. Wonder why they treat me like the bad guy. You say I ain't the best, but that's a bad lie. I'm gonna do what I want. Just leave me alone.
I'm shutting
if
this
I
down
don't
right
do
now.
what I want,
stop.
Then you want me gone.
Okay, here's my only question for that, and then I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm no fan of it. Did he write that in crayon?
It is so garbage.
Oh man! All right. Other than that, share what you hear, man. We, like I said, we kind of occupied the whole conversation with a conversation that should be had by people that's way higher than us on the totem pole. But yeah. Don't forget to email us at
empnetwork412@gmail.com.
Yeah, other than that, man, yeah, like us, follow us on all the socials and everything. Signing off, this is Remorseless.
Me, Double D.
The Quiet Storm.
Le'Veon Bell. I mean, J Bell.
And Art still likes getting people pregnant.
Hey, you fucks. Never mind who this is. Mind your fucking business. Anywho, sometimes I need a break from cracking skulls. And there's no better way to do that than to listen to my Goombas over on the No Filter podcast. Once you look what they got going on over there, hit them up on their social media. Twitter, at network_EMP. Instagram, EMP Network 412. And Facebook, EMP Network. Do yourself a favor and check this shit out. If not, I'll break your fucking neck and throw you in the Hudson with some concrete Timberlands. Have a nice day, cocksuckers.